Alexia herself had always believed good posture was her last best hope, and was proud to have acquired the regal-bearing epithet. This morning, however, blankets and pillows thwarted her. She could only flounder gracelessly up to her elbows, her backbone as limp as a noodle. All that her Herculean effort revealed was a hint of wispy silver and a vaguely human form. Formerly Merriway. "Murmur, murmur," said formerly Merriway, straining for full apparition in the not-quite darkness. She was a polite ghost, relatively young and well-preserved, and still entirely sane. "Oh, for goodness sake!" Lord Maccon seemed to be getting only more irritated. Lady Maccon knew that particular tone of voice well. It was usually directed at her. "But there is nothing on this earth that can do that." Formerly Merriway said something else. "Well, have they consulted all the daylight agents?" Alexia strained to hear. Already gifted with a low, sweet voice, the ghost was difficult to understand when she intentionally dampened her tone. Formerly Merriway might have said, "Yes, and they have no idea either." The ghost seemed frightened, which caused Alexia more concern than Lord Maccon's irritation, which was sadly frequent. Little could frighten the already dead, with the possible exception of a preternatural, and even Alexia, soulless, was only dangerous under very specific circumstances. "What, no idea at all? Right." The Earl tossed his blankets aside and climbed out of bed. Formerly Merriway gasped and shimmered about, presenting her transparent back to the completely naked man. Alexia appreciated the courtesy, even if Lord Maccon did not. Polite to the core was poor little Merriway, or what was left of her core. Lady Maccon, on the other hand, was not so reticent. Her husband had a decidedly fine backside, if she did say so herself, and she had said so to her scandalised friend Miss Ivy Hisselpenny on more than one occasion. It may be far too early to be awake, but it was never too early to admire something of that calibre. The artistically pleasing body part drifted out of view as her husband strode toward his dressing-chamber. "Where is Lyle?" he barked. Lady Maccon tried to go back to sleep. "What? Lyle's gone too? Is everyone going to disappear on me? No, I did not send him." A pause. "Oh, yes, you are perfectly correct, I did. The pack was... blub, blub, blub. Coming in at... blub, blub. Station, splash. Shouldn't he have returned by now?" Her husband was obviously washing, as periodically his bellowing was interrupted by soggy noises. Alexia strained to hear Tunstall's voice. Without his valet, her louder half was bound to look quite disastrously dishevelled. It was never a good idea to let the Earl dress unsupervised. "Right, well, send a claviger for him post-haste." At which point, formerly Merriway's spectral form vanished from view. Connell reappeared in Alexia's line of sight and gathered up his gold pocket-watch from the bedside table. "Of course, they will take it as an insult, but nothing to be done about that." She had been right. He was, in fact, not dressed at all, but was wearing only a cloak. No Tunstall, then. The Earl seemed to remember his wife for the first time. Alexia counterfeited sleep. Connell shook Alexia gently, admiring both the tousled mound of inky hair and the artfully feigned disinterest. When his shaking became insistent, she blinked long lashes at him. "Ah, good evening, my dear." Alexia glared at her husband out of slightly red-rimmed brown eyes. This early evening tomfoolery wouldn't be so horrible if he had not kept her up half the day. Not that those particular exertions had been unpleasant, simply exuberant and lengthy. "What are you about, husband?" she inquired, her voice laced buttery smooth with suspicion. "All apologies, my dear." Lady Maccon absolutely hated it when her husband called her his dear. It meant he was up to something, but was not going to tell her about it. "I must run off to the office early tonight. Some important BUR business has cropped up." From the cloak